On our way to Ritchie Brothers auction. This is the first time I've been and won something at Ritchie Brothers. So we're on the 505 right now, headed north to Dunnigan, California to pick up a Wanco light tower that I bought and been on and won. We're in the Ford pickup truck that I bought from Govdeals auction. And I'll tell you about that in the video also, Govdeals, and what I've learned from the auction so far. But so far, I've had this pickup truck maybe a month or so, maybe, and it's been a smooth runner. I've done some things to it. I put a crankshaft sensor in, put a belt tensioner in, put a new belt on, changed the fuel filter, changed the transmission fluid, changed the oil. It has a tune-up, air filter, and the alternator. When I got the alternator when I got the truck from the school district from Govdeals auction, the service records came with it, and it said that it had an alternator put on about 4,000 miles ago, which is like 82,000 miles, and right now we're at 122,000. But I was getting a low voltage on my dashboard, and so I put a new battery on, tested it, and I tested the vehicle grounds and stuff like that, because I didn't want to think that it was the alternator because it was pretty much new. Anyway, long story short, the battery was only, at 11.8 volts with the vehicle running, so, the last thing to check really was the alternator. So I put a new alternator on, and that seemed to fix the problem. Good voltage, everything is 14.3 or something. With the vehicle running. The truck is running good, temp's good, pressure's good on the oil, everything's running smooth. All in all, I bought the truck for $2,000 at the auction. By the time I put plates on it and a tire and a battery and alternator, I probably changed all the fluids and everything I just mentioned. I probably got, $3,000 into it. And I sold off of the toolboxes that I didn't need. I kept the one that I needed. It came with racks on the back and toolboxes and a bed box. I took all those out. I didn't need them. I need the overhead rack, though I kept that. But all in all, we're using this truck to go out to pick up trailers and equipment from another auction. So far everything is cool. I had a good time. I don't want to speak too soon. I haven't made it home yet. But everything's running smooth so far, man. It's been a fun experience. And I'll give you more when we get up here to Dunnigan. So we're at the Ritchie Brothers gate. And the address is a little bit different than... the address shows further down the road, but the yard office is here at 5400. I'm trying to determine whether or not this is the self-service loadout, but there's trucks and trailers in this lane, and there's also cars, and pickup trucks in this lane, so I imagine it's the same one. So we'll figure it out. I've just got to get over to my Ritchie Brothers account and pull up my invoice so I can see what we've got here. We can get a good signal here. 8 to 4. See, and you have to schedule a time to pick up your item. Otherwise, they do walk-ins, but walk-ins are only the last hour that they're open, from 3 to 4. Let me interrupt real quick. So you do need an appointment. However, when you get to Ritchie Brothers, what I found was they didn't check if I had an appointment. They may have done something internally to check that I wasn't aware of, but it didn't seem like you needed an appointment. And if you did, it didn't really seem to matter that I was there 2 hours early. They never mentioned an appointment time or anything like that. So that being said, it could be different at each Ritchie Brothers yard. That was my experience this morning. I had an appointment for 0:10:15. I was at the gate at 08:30. They had no problem with that. They didn't mention anything about it, and we proceeded to pick up our item. It's kind of silly, especially if you're doing like a self loadout and you don't need like equipment to put your winnings on the trailer or something like that. You've got to You should be able to come pick your thing up anytime you want during the business hours. Especially if it's something like ours, we're just going to tow out of here on the back of the truck, you know?
Yeah.
Seemed like it'd be, hey, come get your stuff. Seemed like they'd be happy. So when you go you go check in, and they look at your invoice and your loadout sheet, and then they send you over to release, and they give you this release form for your item, and then they'll whatever address is on your bidding account, that's where they'll send the title and stuff too for whatever you're picking up, if it has a title and whatever documentation that it has. But now I'm just waiting for a loader to direct me over to where I'm going, to where my item is. I don't need a loader to load it because it's a pintle hook pull behind, light tower. So I've got a pintle hook on the back of my truck, so it should be good. Just point the way. Pulling up to my section.
All that shit that,
Nice.
somebody lost.
Let me ask him, because do I just pull out or what do I do?
It's that one.
I know, yeah. All right, let's back up on this joker. It's pretty low. I gotta raise it up. Let's see how far we are from it. Not bad. It's just sitting really low. I gotta jack this joker up because it's right on the ground. Must have been hauling it with a goddamn go-kart. Good, it's got a 4-pin because I was worried about what sort of connection it would have. My pickup truck is a 4-pin, so that makes it nice. This is a good looking unit, man. Gosh, $1,700. That's probably right there is good. Should latch back. Oh, wrong way. Don't. Right there. There we go. A little bit, I know, might add a little bit. little bit short, that right there, because my light is over there, but you have to do that at a time. It's that kind of fit directly, it has to come over here. No big deal. No big deal. Take up some of the slack in the tank. So the pigtail's a little too short to reach all the way over here. This one needs to be connected more straight on, but my truck connector is off to the left, so, and this doesn't come out any further than that, so that's what it is. We won't have any lights on the way home. Let's make sure this is connected. Good on that. So
tied it.
yeah, I've got a bungee cord. I'm gonna get a bungee cord. And we'll strap that down to that, and then we'll just, that way that stays. This is locked in. This is locked in. That's not going anywhere. That's locked in. Let's take a look at all this real quick and get an eyeball on it. Looks like it's got a good battery. I'm not going to turn anything on yet. I want to check the fluids and everything when I get home. Here's the key. Leave that there. Got fluids. It's a cute little engine. Diesel in the tank too. Look at that. Good Lord, I got a full tank of diesel on there. Yeah, look at that. Full tank of diesel. Nice. Okay, let's close this down. Probably something over here. Yeah, right here. That's good. This is all good. This is locked in. All the bulbs. The bulbs all look intact. Good bulb, good diffuser screen. Good bulb, good diffuser screen. There's a good bulb there. And a good bulb there. We got 4 good bulbs, 4 good diffuser screens. Jack's locked in. Have to see the tire pressure. It might just look low. It might just 35 psi. I didn't bring a tire gauge, but let's make sure nothing over here is going to fall out that I didn't see. Now we're all good with this. Look at that, full tank of fuel, man. Look at the tiny alternator and the tiny starter. Oh, look at that. Get your booty out of there.
Hey, you stick out of there.
I know. Little air filter. Look at that. Need to find the oil dipstick on this joker. It's probably going to be on the other side. But man, it looks great. $1,700, man. All right, we'll close her down. Close her down, big hoss. Yeah, open the latch. There you go, and then shut it back. Yeah, everything looks good. I wish I had lights on the way home, but I don't. But it's gonna have to be what it's gonna have to be.
They can see it right here.
Yeah, they can see the lights on my pickup truck, so it's okay. Oh, and that's the other thing. We've got good December 25th. Or December 2025, so we're still good on the plate actually, till they send me the new title and stuff. And you've got some other ones here, but these don't look as good as mine. Look at these here. These look a little bit more shitty. Well, let's hook and book. So yeah, we wanted during the pre-trip walk around. I noticed that the tires were low, and I didn't bring a tire gauge. I brought, other tools and things in case I got a flat or something, but a tire gauge I didn't have. And so I went to the truck stop to get one. And once I checked the air, yeah, they were both equally low, with about, 10 to 15 pounds in each tire. So we needed to get some air in those, but this hose wasn't working. How convenient. So I had to go to another part of the truck stop, and fortunately they had a functioning air hose. We got them aired up, and these Jokers rolled all the way home, nice, as intended, as designed, without a problem. It's a good thing I checked about a tire gauge. Those things don't even register on the tire gauge. Hopefully this works. I don't hear any air coming out of this joker. Does the air work? The air work?
You have to ask the front or something.
That is?
You gonna top it?
Yeah.
This one?
All right, good guys over here at Southern Tire Mart in Dunnigan. Got me all aired up. Hope we don't have no slow leaks. We'll find out on the way home, and I do have to fix it flat in case I do. Let's get it rolling. Now we're rolling. The tires are full of air. Seems to be pulling pretty good. Going about 50 as fast as I'll go. Follows pretty nice. I'm going to stop maybe 30 miles or so and check and make sure everything's still good back there on it. Make sure the bearings aren't hot or anything. I've never pulled this trailer. I don't know the history on it. I want to make sure everything's good before I run it all the way home. So we'll stop up here in a little bit and take a quick peek at it and see if nothing's hot, nothing's dragging. And other than that, I'm excited to get it home, check the fluids, and fire it up, and see how everything works.